Hello and welcome. This is a quick update for May 2022 for our main garden from our hobby garden. And today is May 22nd. A little late, but the garden is in full swing and it's a good time for update. This is the main garden. We are gonna start over here from this side. And our raspberries, these are golden and raspberries, I believe, and they're great. We really love them and they're spreading, which is great. We have peppers. We have a lot of peppers this year. Comfrey, been harvesting 3 times so far already. It grows very, very fast. Amazing plant. Super deep tap roots. Some herbs over here, maybe more to come. Asparagus already overgrown. We just didn't make it even picking it. It grows way, way too fast. All the chives are doing great. I think this is the 3rd year and they're coming back every time stronger and stronger. Blueberries, we have 3 of them. Very nice. The peach trees grew very tall, so they have grown a lot. Looking forward to the fruit this year. And over here we usually have just tomatoes. This year we're doing a little bit less tomatoes because we can't quite a bit and we're doing as much as we thought. And we're doing a lot more peppers this time. Most of them are spicy, either habaneros, with habaneros, jalapenos, and some Asian peppers. So we do like peppers quite a bit. Here we have some peas right now. We do peas and beans in this bed usually, and we do trying a little bit of peanuts over there. So some things, most of the things we start from seeds, from our own seeds, not our own, but either from last year's seed that we propagated from before, but originally usually getting it from MI Gardener quite a bit. And some other heirloom sites. I have to look that up. Which ones? So peas right now coming up. Here we've got tomatoes. So down here are all tomatoes over here. We're gonna replant some marigolds that are a pretty good size now downstairs. I'm gonna put them in between tomatoes for pest control. Over there, it's an interesting mix. We had full strawberries last year, but mostly for experimental purposes. Now we have the strawberries that came back pretty strong and mixed with broccoli. First time trying broccoli. We did get them from the store as little plants. And they mostly, we try to plant them in a raised beds over there. However, our chickens kept digging them up and eating them. So I replanted them into here and they actually take in and are recovering nicely. So looking forward to that as well. There's a bunch of strawberries that just spread around. The strawberries do spread quite a bit and they do survive on their own through the winter. So we'll see if there's anything that comes out of them, but usually there's 1 or 2 actual strawberries that we can pick. Here is a little bit of onions and there's some garlic that just came back from last year that we didn't even replant. But there's a whole garlic bed that we have all the way over there. She'll get to in a minute. Here are some fruit trees, and I believe we have cherries here, 2 kinds of cherries. We have sour and we have sweet cherries. Maybe some plums over here too. Should probably label these trees so it's easier to tell which ones are which. At some point we'll do that. Raspberries, these are red raspberries, and they did yield. I did trim quite a bit last year, so the yield will be a little more hopefully this year. We'll see. But it's still young and it spreads quite a bit. It spreads all over the garden, so we do have to pull it out from places. Here are potatoes. So these are russet potatoes over here, as well as we have russet potatoes over here too, even more. First time in containers to try out how it goes. Should work pretty well. We'll see. This tree is a little sad. Last year, this is an apricot tree we bought from a nursery 2 years ago. And we had it in a container for 2 years and it actually gave fruit, very nice fruit. However, when we replanted it in there, which was now a garlic bed, it didn't take. And there was speculation of why it started to die. All the leaves fell off this spring. We replanted it early this spring, and after that it started to die. However, we thought it was a rooting problem, like rotting roots, overwatering, maybe too much water in that area. However, it may be a problem with the bark. There, we did see a sign of the bark problem for a while, but we didn't really do anything about it, which was a mistake. And basically, a day or two ago, I had to dig up the whole thing and try to figure it out and treat it. Per recommendation, mildly wash it with soap and water, clean it with water, and leave it not covered. Um, and hopefully it'll recover. I'm not sure. The damage is quite extensive. This was, we'll see. We'll try our best to recover that one. Now here we have onions. So this is more onions, and they're doing better here than in over there. Same kind of onions planted, but there's more shade. So this is more full sun over here. And of course creeping raspberries that need to be pulled out. This is our lettuce greens bed that was kind of sown quite intensely. However, chickens of course got to a lot of it, so we can do like a second sowing of the seeds and hopefully get staged lettuce. And then some herbs. So oregano down here, it spreads on their own. From 3 years ago when I first planted it, it just been spreading and spreading into everywhere, walkways, rocks, everywhere. There's a few new things I planted in there. This one is new over here, different kind of oregano, but the one down here is all ours from before, and we didn't do anything to replant it. It just comes back in here. Look at that. I don't know how it got over here, but it spread over here too. So the main experiment this year that we've never done before, garlic. We planted a little bit of garlic before here and there, and it gave a little bit. However, this is a collection of heirloom garlic that we planted specifically to see how well we can do with it and maybe make a braid. The goal for this is to make a nice garlic braid that will last this whole season. We'll see. But it's doing very well. There's different varieties in here. So there's like probably 4 or 5 different varieties in here. It's done quite well. And this covered up hole is where the apricot was a few days ago. Now it's recovering. Okay, pawpaws. Quick update on pawpaws. We had 4 pawpaws in the beginning, like 5 years ago. We got them from bare root, and we nursed them all the way to this size. One of them died. We could not save it. The other 2 almost died, and then somehow it split and came back from the roots as multiple trunks. I'm not sure what's gonna happen with that. However, it is alive, it is growing, so we'll leave it and we'll see. Pawpaws are amazing trees. I've never had the fruit yet, but it is native to this part of geography in Massachusetts, Northeast, and it gives an amazing fruit, versatile, nutrient dense, almost like a tropical kind of fruit that you can make pies and stews and soups with. It's just very interesting. So we're really looking forward to when we can actually harvest it. Not sure if it's actually the time yet. We might have to take off all the fruits from this guy who's trying to fruit, just so that it has a chance to grow a few more years. Because this is a full-size tree. These are not dwarfs, not semi-dwarfs. We have 3 of these. The best places we could figure for them, but that's what the flowers look like. It is very interesting trees. And there's one more inside the chicken yard. We have to protect them because chickens do dig up around them. And the chicken yard needs a lot of rework this year, so we'll be doing that, refencing, replanting over here for the grass area again, and restructuring kind of the protection of the airspace, since we did have a lot of hawk attacks last year, quite a bit. And one of our roosters was a great defender over there, Danke. He's the colorful one, Americana. He's a great guy, takes care of the chickens. The only rooster so far, we've had a lot of them, that is able to do that. He fought out foxes and hawks. So hopefully you can see him a little bit. And the rose comes back. Second year now, I think. The chickens keep digging around next to compost. This is a kind of a problem since they keep messing up the compost all the time. But the rose keeps coming back, so hopefully it'll actually take and become a very nice rose bush eventually. So lastly, this is a quick update. Don't want to take too much time. My phone's out of space almost. Lastly, I want to mention the Safe Soil movement. This is very, very crucial to future of everything in our world, because our soils don't have enough organic content at this time. Quick summary: it is accepted that the soil should have 3% or more of organic content to be doing really well and to be sustaining themselves really well. However, nowhere in the world is it even close to that on average for any country for farming soils, and we're going below 1.5%, and I think the highest they said in across Europe is about 1.5 across nations. And in India, it's even lower than 0.6, which is very devastating. And once it goes below 1.5 or so, it starts to go towards desertification, which is a tragedy because you can't grow food after that. So, taking a few minutes here, but if you're able to and if you see this, do check it out, do what you can, spread the word. Right now, Sadhguru from India, he's doing a intense campaign across the whole Europe from on a motorcycle. I believe it's a 100-day journey nonstop across all the nations, like 183 nations or something involved. And he's having governments sign MOUs, memos of understanding, that it's important to keep soil alive. It's crucial, and the only way to do that, really, the simple way. This is not about organic and organic. This is not about pesticide. It's not about any of that. The only thing is that you want to keep the soil covered, so it does not burn in the sun. So the organic content doesn't just burn up. Covered by cover crops, which usually cover crops is the way to do it. And you wanted to keep it fed. Cover crops do that too, where the cover crops are tilled in or left on the soil so that they compost for the season back into the soil, which returns organic content. And that's the only way to really feed the soils. It has to have organic, either from plants or animals. Since animals are no longer largely farmed in a way that's sustainable on farmlands that they used to be a long, long time ago, where animals used to be used in agriculture. So now it's mostly cover crops. That is the solution. He is advocating incentives from the government so they can help farmers with the cover crops. Anyway, if you're able to, please check it out. Please support it on social media networks, through your friends, through letters through the government, and their websites will help with the direction on how to do that. It's very, very important for future and our own generations, and climate change and all the water issues. Soil is crucial to humanity's and just life survival on this planet. Yeah, thank you for the rant here. So that's a quick update, a little bit over 10 minutes, 30 minutes now. I'm gonna end it here. Thank you very much for listening, whoever did. If you do choose to support it, awesome to you for the Save Soil movement. And see you guys next time on the next update, maybe more specific one. Thank you. Bye bye.